Hello everybody, Dan the Gamer Man here. Welcome back to another episode of PC Building Simulator. We'll jump in into today's episode. We have a couple of jobs to do for this workday, and then actually I think we have like 3 to do for the next workday, which I already ordered the parts for. So what we're going to do today is a 3D Mark score of 7046 and wants Asus parts. And then second one is just a standard machine with the water cooling for CPU and GPU. So we'll get those going here today. So we have Lewis and Christine, and then Financial A, which is Adrian. So Lewis.Christine, both going to be the same case. So there's 1, and here's 2, and we're looking for Lewis Christine, and then Financial A. And those other 2 are going to be some builds for the next business day. So we'll get the parts here that we ordered, and we'll go into here. So this one's going to be a 3D Mark score with Asus components, which I believe I did a motherboard, yes. So let's see here, we'll do the hard drive, close that up, and I like to do the maximum watt on 3D Mark scores, just so we don't get the blue screen of death at any given point. And we'll get the, go back in here, get the PSU mount back on here so I don't forget later. Alright, so then we got the Asus motherboard here. So we'll get this one installed. Now all the parts I ordered for this, it should hopefully hit that 3D Mark score of 7046 or higher, is what I'm hoping. If not, we'll have to roll with it and possibly order some same-day delivery stuff. I also went with this Asus graphics card here. And for the processor, we're going to do this 8350K. We'll thermal paste it up. We'll get the CPU cooling in here. And let's see, last thing is, let's see, I believe we did just a stick here on this ADATA. It's an 8GB stick, 2400 megahertz. So let's see, we'll get this wired up here, and then we'll get it powered up. Well, we got to plug in the USB drive, and then we'll power it up, get the operating system going on it, and then we just have to install the 3D Mark test software to see what score we can hit it at. So just a few more wires here. And actually, while this is running the test, we can go right into the other machine and start on that one. Because the test does take a few minutes, as you guys saw from previous episodes. So let's see here. Grab the USB drive, and then we can, go back here. Power it up. We can get the side panel back on, so nobody gets electrocuted. And we'll let that power up here, but we can remove this side panel, at least get everything ready to go. Let's see, so on this one I also did a 1200, just because of the custom water cooling. And then, let's see here, just put the storage in here. Oop, wrong one, there we go. Nope, close that. Close that, and then there we go. Get the mount back on here. We'll go back and install the software for the 3D Mark test, 3D Mark Advanced Edition. And at the end of this episode too, we'll check on the broken PC that I had fixed up, that I bought. I think I bought it for like 366, so we'll see how that's doing. As long as it's over 366 at this point, that's good. I think there's like a couple more days after this to go. a couple more work days in the game. Alright, so here we go. 3D Mark. We'll run that test. It looks to be going, so we'll see how that goes. We will come back. Oop, I forgot I have to click on the machine first. Here we go. Yep. Alright, so on this one we're just doing standard parts. Mostly cheapest as we can get. And I think for the processor I just did a i3-6100 for this one. I could go cheaper, but I've had cases come back where the customer came back with the PC and wanted an upgrade in terms of speed and 3D Mark, so we'll just kind of keep it higher instead of going for the cheapest on the CPU. No worries on the GPU because the graphics card for custom water cooling is actually pretty high, so let's see, we'll get this wired up here a little bit. Just gotta remember we don't need to cable up the case fan on the right side there because we have to remove that for custom water cooling. Otherwise it won't fit. You'll get the good old red outline, which means no. Alrighty here. So this is good to go. And we'll come back here, remove that. We'll take this out. Actually, because we probably don't need these, so we'll sell them off here. Quick $6. And then we will go back to custom water cooling. We'll get the radiator in here. We'll do some custom lighting on here. Once we get this finished, we'll do custom lighting when we download the lighting software for the customer's PC. Alright, so then water cool GPU. And then we just need the piping. So we'll go here to here. We'll go here up to the CPU block down to the GPU out the other side, excuse me, of the GPU bottom side and back. And then for coolant, let's do, I want to do something I haven't done yet. Let's do some orange. Haven't done orange yet. Oh, forgot. Gotta power it up first. So we'll get this wired up here. Just this last one here, and now we can do the coolant. So we'll get that clear UV orange. Where is it? Here we go. Let's see. That actually looks pretty cool. Let's see here. So we'll go back. Before we forget, we're gonna put the front panel back on. And then we need to install the software. So we'll get a USB drive going. And actually, just to kind of show you here, so we'll power it. You can actually see the coolant running through, which is kind of cool. Didn't really zoom in before to kind of notice that in previous builds. So it's kind of cool. So it's going to be obviously default red. We'll mess with the colors here. 7204. And we are good to go. We actually went a little bit over, but that's not a big deal. We'll get our parts back with our labor. And then on this one, we need to install the lighting. And I have an idea. So we'll get this installed here. My idea is, I mean, not going to give away the name of my high school, but I think I want to do my old alma mater high school colors. I think would be cool. I believe there's four different components. Yeah, 1, 2, 3, and 4. So let's see, this one we're gonna do a blue. This one will be gold, so blue and gold. a little bit more gold right there, I believe. Perfect. We'll take it. Oh, didn't mean to do that. So we gotta go back to blue on the... Well, we'll just change this one. Forgot to uncheck it, so... We'll go to blue here. And you know what, on these other two, we're gonna do purple and gold. Is that purple? I don't know. We'll do this one. It's more purple, kinda. So purple, and did I say gold? No, it's purple and what was it? Purple and gray, I believe. But we'll just do. Yeah, we'll just do purple. Just because that's my college that I went to. So we'll see how this looks. Let's see. Oh, it actually looks pretty cool. So we got. Well, it looks like different colors, but it's not a big deal. So yeah, that one will be good to go. They can obviously change it back if they want. Oops, put that back here. Alright, so we'll cash out on these. Alright, so we got 5 stars on that one. The new PC does just what I want it to do. And then on the second one here, 5 stars. They're good at building PCs. Well, I thank you for that compliment. Alrighty. So we'll discard these, and then the next business day is install 2 dual graphics cards for benchmark score of 10361. PC that can play PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds minimum with AMD parts, and then this one needs repair, which I took it as the processor because that's the only AMD part. He said AMD parts are really good, so if you go down here, just has an AMD here, which must be that, but it could be other things since the budget is higher. We'll have to look at that. Before we go into the next business day, just to take a look. So there's 2 remaining days, there's 5 current bids, and we're at a 415. So we're actually over, we're making money in terms of what I bought it for compared to selling it. But I did have to get a new graphics card, so hopefully that gets higher before the auction is up. So we'll close down shop here, and then we will see you in the next business day. Okay, so we're here, next business day. We'll get it fired back up here. Got our parts already ordered. And just to make sure we check the order here. Let's see. PC. I just like to check this real quick. So nothing broken. That's probably good to buy, to refix and resell. We'll check the new balance in terms of like what the auction is at. Let's see. So there's all these. Introducing laptop yoga. Sign me up. Just kidding. Alright, so let's see. Today's jobs. We have L Ranger, which is this one. Just a fix on that. Then we have Good Meme Lord. That's a funny email, actually. So Good Meme Lord will go there on table 2, and that leaves J Mercury right here on table 3. Get the post-it note here. Alright, so we'll get started on the first one here. I'm hoping it's just the processor. Actually, before we even do anything, I like to just do this. It tells you right on the screen. Yeah, no CPU found. So hopefully that's the only thing. Looks like everything else is running in terms of see graphics on the screen, the cooler for the processors there. Alright, so we'll get this unplugged here. We'll take this out. And I did order one of these. It was a... Let's see... It was the 1800X. So we'll get the 1800X here. We'll close this up, thermal paste it. And we gotta put his I've done that so many times actually, where I accidentally put in the wrong CPU cooler if I have multiples, not realizing I didn't use the customers, and they're like, well, I got my PC back, but it's of less value, which they're not, I mean, they're not wrong, so. Let's see, dropped it on the floor. Okay, so nothing about viruses or anything like that, so we should be good to go on this one. I didn't even check to see if it lit up green. Let's see here. Yes, it did, so we're good on that one. So we'll put this panel back on the side here, power it down, and we'll place it out here for delivery. On the second one, I'd like to just see the email just in case. Have you heard of AMD? They're meant to be pretty good, which I did do the, you saw the AMD processor. So that's the only request they had, so we'll get going on this one here. And actually I could do the third one because it's a 3D Mark score, but while that's going on we can just look at the auction on PC Bay for the broken PC that we're reselling. Alright, so this one's just a 600 watt standard, usually works for PCs that need to play games. Get the PSU mount going here. Now I did do the Gigabyte Gaming 3, just the simple one, because in the minimum spec on the will it run software for the game it says Intel, but I actually figured out which AMD processor is of equal or more value, so this 1200 should be enough. Let's see, I believe it was, yes, it was 8 gigs, so we did 2 of the 4 gigabyte sticks from Mortoni Value. Keep it simple. And then we'll thermal paste up the processor. We'll install the cooler. Again, I like to just go simple when there's no requests. And on the graphics card, I believe it was this one, yeah, because the other one needs dual graphics cards. So once I get this finished here, we'll get it wired up, and then I'll meet you back here. Okay, and we're back, so we're going to plug in the USB drive, and we're going to power it up here. We'll get the side panel back on. We should be in the green, which we are, for it can run that game, so once it boots, we should be good to go on that one. We'll remove the panel on this one to get it ready. It's a pretty high 3D Mark score, but it has to have dual graphics cards. So we'll just get these things in here real quick, these first 2 things. And then the storage. Oops, didn't mean to do that. Close that up, close the panel. Alright, so we'll go back here, so it's good to go, so we'll put that one back out here for delivery when we go to collect. And on this one we had to go with another Asus because of the dual graphics card. It's going to be SLI, which I'll show you what that means here. There's Crossfire, which you just need to plug in, and it's pretty much self-powered, you just have to wire it up. Or there's SLI, which actually crosses the both of them in terms of there's like a little, kind of like a little patch that kind of goes across both graphics cards that keeps them together to be dual. I'll show you what I mean here once we get there. So we'll thermal paste, rotate. Oops, that's not what I meant to do. Got to re-thermal paste. Anytime you remove the cooling, you're going to have to re-thermal paste. It's just how it is. Rotate. So on this one, I believe it's this slot, skip one, and then the next 2 when you're doing dual on this motherboard. Hopefully I'm right here, yes. Alright, so there's this one, and then when we go to put on the next one, you'll see a little patch come on right here. That's just gonna keep it going between the 2 of them. Crossfire would just be these 2 without this, kind of like, I guess you'd call it like a connector of some sort. Not really sure of the technical term, but Just on Crossfire, it's just plugged into the motherboard and then cabled up. This one's cabled up plus the that connector that goes between the two of them. So I mean, it is a difference of SLI between SLI and Crossfire. I mean, um, I just decided to go with SLI on this one. Alright, so we'll get this wired up here. And we'll get this going. And then while this is running the 3D Mark test, we'll take a look at the auction to see where it's at now. Hopefully it went up a little bit more if we had more buyers interested is what I'm getting at. So we'll go back up here, we'll get the USB drive. We'll power that on so it can install the operating system, or what we call bootstrapping. I forgot the RAM, didn't I? Luckily it's only one stick. So we'll turn that off. We went with a Corsair Dominator Platinum. It's a 4 GB stick, excuse me. Alright, so we'll go back here, we'll get the side panel going. So that's back on. Now it should be able to, yes, installing drivers and everything like that and whatnot. And I think he wanted Asus components as well, so we did that with the motherboard. Alright, so that's good to go, so we'll get the 3D Mark software going. And let's see here. The troubles of installing a normal run-of-the-mill hard drive compared to, say, like a solid state drive where it would turn right back on. Alright, so we get the 3D Mark Advanced Edition. We'll click run on that. Alright, so that's going there. Now let's take a look at the auction on PCBay. There should only be one more day left, yes. Oh wow, that actually took a big jump, which is really good. So 568 it's at right now with 8 bids. So tomorrow, I believe it's the next business day in the game, we'll be able to collect on whatever the final is. I think we definitely made back the money in terms of, I can't remember what the graphics card was, maybe $250 to $300 range, so might have lost a bit there, but hopefully we make it back by the time tomorrow hits. And then we'll get that ready to collect here. I do like to watch this sometimes, the 3D Mark Advanced Edition for testing. I think it's pretty cool and because of the like especially like on this one, since we're doing dual cards and they're pretty high in terms of VRAM, like everything's just kind of flowing. This next screen, everything's gonna flow like super fast, yeah. So hopefully we'll hit that 10,361 or higher once this finishes up here. And it should be done here any second now. Show me the 3D Mark score. Haha. You guys thought I was gonna say show me the money, but also show me the money once we collect on these. So, let's see. So, graphics score was pretty good. So we didn't quite hit the mark. So, I think what we're gonna have to do is change out the CPU. I'm just gonna do that real quick, and then I'll see you guys when we get back. Okay, and we're back. So what's happening here is I ended up going with the basically the highest that I could find, which is the Intel Core i9 9900K. Did cost a little bit, obviously, with the $100 add-on, $830 for same-day delivery. But in terms of the budget, we're way ahead, so it doesn't really matter. So hopefully this does the trick here. So we'll run this test one more time. Let's see where this is at now. Hopefully it hit the mark. Yeah, it looks like it did 11,221. Not a big deal. Don't really care. As long as it hits it or goes over. We'll get all that money back plus the labor. So let's see here. So on the first one, dropped the PC on the floor, AMD parts. They diagnosed Fist My PC and they used all the new parts. Got to love those warranties. Well, I mean, wasn't really. I mean, labor was 294 and only cost about 370, so pretty good profit, I'd say. And then on this one, to play Players Unknown's Battleground Minimum with the AMD. Super happy with the new computer. And then on this third one here, which was a little bit of a struggle. Why is it saying, did I not? Well, you know what? I must have not put the, yeah, I didn't put the side panel back on. Alright, so we'll put this back on here real quick. And we don't need to boot it up or anything, because it's already good to go, so just place it back out here. And now we should be able to collect, yes. So 3D Mark score 10,361. And then dual graphics cards, Asus components, which we did on the motherboard, so no worries there. And awesome. So we got another 5 stars. So I think I read somewhere that it takes like a few more 5-star reviews to get back to full 5 stars. Not a big deal. There are some jobs that I have to discard or reject because let's see if there's any in here actually. There's not, but sometimes it'll say need 5-star to actually do it. Yeah, that'll be it for today. So we'll shut down here, and we'll see you guys in the next episode. Make sure you drop a like and subscribe to the channel if you're new. Hit the bell, turn on notifications for new uploads, and we'll see you in the next one. Take care.